Hi, good evening. How are you doing? I see we have a few people that have joined us. I'm really excited. I don't know whether you are excited like myself. Allow me to do that so that it stops making noise. Yay, so I'm excited. I'm so excited to have all of us here tonight. I can see we have a few of us that have joined. Please say hi to me in the comments, say hi in the chat. I want to know who you are, where you're watching us from, whether this is your first time or the Soul Clinic is home for you. Please put it for me in the chat. I would love to be able to acknowledge you. Yes, yes. Hi, Varinia Luvega. Hi, good evening. I wonder where you're watching us from. Is this your first time or is Soul Clinic your home? I see Sally Havele. Good evening and happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter weekend. Thank you so much. Hi, there's someone called the Bible. I see, I know you are a repeat. Thank you so much for making the Soul Clinic your home. Sally is telling me she's watching us from Nairobi. Leah Mugi, welcome, welcome. Anyaga, hello and happy Easter. First time here, very much welcome. Welcome to the Soul Clinic. If this is your first time, welcome to the Soul Clinic. I am super excited to have all of us here. For those that have made Soul Clinic your home, thank you so much for being consistent. Thank you for continuing to show up, continuing to support us. I really, really appreciate you. This wouldn't make sense if I came here and I was alone. So to see all of you here, I'm really, really happy. Rita Bisaole, thank you. Querida, thank you so much from Morocco. Thank you so much, Gal, for showing up. Harriet from Eldoret, thank you, thank you. Jane Mudoni, second timer from Embu. Wow, someone is calling herself, I don't know, social what? I can't even be able to read the second one. They say, oh, Naomi, a lawyer by profession. It's your first time here. Thank you so much, Naomi. Karibu, Miss Jerop. Stella from Nairobi, first time. Hadija Jiran from Kamuru, Nairobi, first time. Thank you for always encouraging us. You're very, very welcome. I feel very honored to see you here. I feel very honored to have all of you here. So let's keep the greetings, the chats coming. I'm excited as we give the others a few minutes. I love to give 2-3 minutes for people to join us because I don't want to start and lock some people out. So let's keep it moving. Lorna is saying she's from Membu. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Celestine Naboyo from Nairobi. Grace Koiderito from Nairobi. Priska Kirago. Hi, Priska. Immaculate Mora from Kisii. Patricia Nakuru, first time. Priska Kirago is watching us from the bypass. Hi, Mother Ikiara. Good to see you. I'm excited to have all of us. Do we have gentlemen in the house? Please say hi. If we have gentlemen in the house, please say hi. Hanifa, good to see you, Hanifa. It's been long time. Wacha kunitupa hivyo. So Hanifa, thank you for showing up. I'm happy to see you. Stacy Muova. Hello, team from Nairobi, first time. Charity from Naivasha. I see we are watching from all over Kenya. We have people representing all parts of this country. We have others who are out of this country, like the lady from Morocco, Querida, she's here. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to have all of you here. I was just sharing with someone the way I'm excited about tonight's webinar. I feel very, very charged for it. And I am so glad that we have all shown up. If we have gentlemen in our midst, please say hi. I would love to acknowledge you. Most of our webinars, the webinars that we do, it's ladies who attend. So if we have a gentleman, please say hi. I would really love to acknowledge your presence with us tonight. So gentlemen, please don't sit in the background. Say hi to me in the chat. Let me know whether this is your first time or you keep coming here so that I'm able to acknowledge you. Hi, the Bible is a gentleman. I wish I knew your name. I would give you a shout out because now I have seen you here severally. So thank you all for showing up. I'm excited to host tonight's webinar because I know relationships are core and critical parts of our lives. And when our relationships are working well, then we thrive. When we have good, supportive partners, we thrive. When relationships are a mess, they come with them a lot of discouragement, mental and psychological issues, physical health issues. So I'm really excited. Thank you, Patrick. I give you a shout out. He's the only gentleman that I have seen here. So if there's another gentleman, allow me to give you a shout out. So like I was saying, I know when our relationships are working, there's a lot of peace. You're able to be productive. You're able to be creative. You're happy. You are glowing. I mean, you feel like things are in place. But when your relationships are not okay, when they are not working, then it's a very painful space to be at. And that is why I think I'm very excited, because I want to be able to touch into that critical aspect of our lives. So today I want us to look at our relationships. And our topic for tonight, or our conversation, will be, why do you keep attracting the wrong partners? Why do you keep attracting the wrong partners? And we had that discussion with some people somewhere today, and we were saying it's not mainly, well, because when we say attracting, people imagine that all the people that will come your way are the good ones. So you're attracting, then everybody that is coming your way is the bad one. No. And we were trying to demystify that, to say that when we say you are attracting wrong partners, is you are making bad choices, because you will have good people come your way, you will have bad people come your way. So how are you able to make the good choices? How are you able to choose the people that are healed? They are healed versions of themselves. They are empowering you. They see you, they value you, and they validate you. So that is what we talk about attracting. So the people that are coming your way, are you able to say, Ruth is healthy because of ABCD. I've had interactions with her and I know she's a healthy person also. Oh, Ruth seems like she carries negative energy. She's not safe for me. She's toxic. Maybe she's abusive. She's whatever. Are you able to do that? Because this is where many of us go wrong. We are not able to distinguish a healthy partner from an unhealthy partner. The right one that is for you from the one that is absolutely not good for you. And some of us, even when we know someone is not good for us, we continue to jump. And then we keep saying, oh, so and so does not do. You are trying to fix them. A friend of mine likes to put it, if my partner, the one that I need, is a square, and I get myself a partner that is a circle, then I'll spend the rest of my life trying to make my circle partner to be square. It's not right. I should have chosen a square partner right from the word go. So that is what I am hoping we will be able to do through these webinars, and especially tonight's webinar, that if this partner you need is circle, leave alone the triangle ones, leave alone the rectangular ones. Just be able to choose the circle partner for yourself from the word go. So when we say attracting the wrong partners, what I'm actually saying, what is it that stops you from being able to choose the partners that are good for you? And tonight I'm excited, because what I'm going to discuss today is for the truth seekers. I'm one of those people that acknowledge that truth is not for everybody. Truth, my dear brothers and sisters, is not for everybody. There are people who are happy with the way they're not happy, but they are not willing to do anything about their lives. Truth seekers are the people that look at a situation and go like, you know what? This is not for me. This relationship is not for me. This is not what I deserve. It doesn't serve me. It's not empowering me. It's a mess, and I don't want messes around me. So I'm willing to go out there, seek for truth, seek for healing, seek for information, seek for ways of making this thing better. Truth seekers are the people who keep saying, you know what, our relationship is not going the right direction. Can we? Yet there are people who will be comfortable in their mediocre ways. The relationship is not working, but it's too much work to try and do better. It's too painful to try and do better. They are not willing to put in the time. They're not willing to put in the effort. They're not willing to put in the money. So these conversations are not for them. These conversations are for truth seekers. The truth seekers are the people who refuse to play small. They are like, you know what? I can't play small. I have greatness within me. I have potential. There are things that I bring forth. The world is blessed to have me at this moment. So I am going to show up in all my colors. I'm going to stand in my boldness, in my courage, in my gifting, in my potential. Those are truth seekers. And as you can see them there, they are celebrating, they are happy. So the conversations today are for truth seekers like you and me who showed up here. Because there are people who saw this thing and they were like, not my kind of stuff. So for you to be here, I believe you're a truth seeker. And when truth seekers gather together, great things happen. So I am speaking to the truth seekers tonight, people who want better. People who want better relationships. They want more satisfying relationships. They are not happy with mediocre relationships for the sake of just being in a relationship. They want to know how they can do it better. They want to know how they can get and attract better partners. So some of us here, maybe we have this question: why do I keep attracting the wrong relationships? A bad relationship after another. And when I say a bad relationship, it could be a relationship where you are misaligned. The person you are with is going east, you are going west. In many, many ways. You try to compromise, then you realize, it's either going to tear me apart in the middle, or I'm going to go crazy. Or the relationships you've been attracting are abusive. You are in relationships with toxic men, toxic women, one after another. It looks like it keeps repeating itself. I want you to look at it as patterns. It's not just bad luck. I've not been lucky in love. I've not been, no. It's not just about bad luck. It's patterns. It is communication. From a psychological perspective, I always say, look at everything that is happening to you as communication. So what those dysfunctional patterns, those relationships are telling you, you know what? There is something that you need to address. Because if you are in a relationship with Ruth and Jane and Mary, and they seem to have this thing that they always bring into your space, then it can't be about Ruth, Jane, and Mary. It's so much more about you. So when you look at Mark and John and Peter, what is the thing that they have consistently brought into your life? Chaos. So is it possible that you are the one who is attracting the chaos into your space? And this is not to judge you. This is to bring awareness. It's like to shed light in a dark room and in a dark place. Because until you know what that thing is, then you're not able to deal with it. And let me tell you, you can walk around for years because dysfunctional relationships are about trauma. You can walk around for years with unhealed trauma and thrive in many areas. Have your career moving, thriving. You're making good money. You're driving the car you want. Your business is good. You're living in the neighborhood you want. But when it comes to relationships, and especially romantic relationships, the romantic relationships are very unforgiving when it comes to unhealed trauma. They don't let that thing pass. So you'll keep making a mistake after another, attracting similar people. That is your romantic relationships being unforgiving. They are literally calling out the parts of you that require healing. And this is where I say, when something happens to you, ask yourself questions. Why? What parts of me are attracting this? Because romantic relationships, like I've said, are unforgiving, but in their being unforgiving, they are actually working for your good. They are simply telling you, Ruth, there are parts of you that require your attention. So what is the psychology behind attraction? Because when we say, why are you attracting the wrong people? So what's the psychology behind attraction? There are three things, and I'm going to look at them across this webinar tonight. We have what we call the subconscious patterns. We have attachment styles, and what I love to call the familiarity bias. And I'm going to explain those in a few and in many words. Now, one of the things that attract dysfunctional, wrong, misaligned, abusive, toxic, unsafe, whatever word out of the many that I have mentioned resonates with you. Because there are some people, if I say abusive, it doesn't resonate. If I say toxic, it resonates. If I say misaligned, it resonates. If I say dysfunctional, so whatever word resonates with you, I want you to know that your subconscious mind, where your core beliefs are stored, makes 90 to 95% of your decisions in as far as the partner and the mate that you invite into your space is concerned. Now, those core beliefs are the ones that determine what you think is your role as a man or a woman in a relationship. There's what we call the subconscious programming. The subconscious programming came by as a result of your interactions with your primary caregivers, the home you were brought up in, the society in which you were raised. And those core beliefs are the ones that tell you what is your role, what is the role of your partner. What are the religious beliefs that you are introduced to about being a man or a woman in a relationship? Are those religious core beliefs supportive of you? Because they are core beliefs that we hold that are completely unsupportive of us. They bring you pain, they keep you stuck. And unless you are able to identify them and address them for what they are, then you remain choosing people that cause you pain instead of bringing you joy. What is the societal programming about relationships? What did the society tell you is the role of a woman? Because I can see women are the ones who are here in majority. What did the society tell you about the role of a woman in a relationship? Does that programming, does that expectation serve you? Because I am telling you, if you're in a relationship with a dysfunctional person, if you're in a relationship with a toxic person, an abusive person, one of the ways in which they keep you under wraps is to use your religious beliefs against you. There's something we call a spiritual abuse. So they will use their religious beliefs against you. They'll keep telling you, oh, we cannot have two heads in this house. Your role is to submit. I am the leader. Even when they don't know where they are leading you to, they're actually leading you to hell and they expect you to follow. If you're a man and you're a provider man, they are going to use that against you to make sure that they milk you dry. So what are those? And because your religious programming is so much ingrained in you, it's like it's part of your psyche, it's part of your DNA. So if your religious beliefs are not empowering, if they're dysfunctional, if they're not supportive, then you remain stuck, because there's also the conscious and the what do we call it? The guilt aspect. So they'll make you feel so guilty for thinking different, for wanting different, for behaving different. The society will tell you where I come from. The society, we are told, as a woman, your responsibility and your role in a relationship is to shut up. So if you're one of those people that have things to say, you don't want to keep swallowing your chaos, because a lot of women, why we attract a lot of physical health issues, is because we shut up. Even when you're supposed to be speaking up, you keep swallowing. Autoimmune conditions, the swellings in the body, the inflammations in the body, is because instead of speaking up, you swallow. Because you don't want the chaos to become external, so you internalize the chaos. You imagine that if I swallow, if I keep quiet, if I don't say anything, I am looking for peace. So what you're doing is that you're creating peace on the outside. You are trying to create peace between the two of you while creating chaos within you. And those chaos are the ones that cause you autoimmune conditions. It's what gives you those body inflammations and those very many other conditions that you're suffering from. So that is a societal programming. So does it support you, or it's killing you? So those are core beliefs. Core beliefs. They keep you stuck or they empower you. So if you have core beliefs, and when it comes to navigating dysfunctional relationships, the greatest challenge is to identify what your core beliefs are, to challenge them and to change them, and to take on core beliefs that are supportive. Otherwise, if you can't do that, then you'll be in trouble. You'll be seeking for help and advice from more the wrong places, the places that are going to keep you stuck. So one of the things that if you find yourself continually in dysfunctional beliefs and in dysfunctional relationships, ask yourself, what are my core beliefs around my role as a man, my role as a woman, the role of a man in my life, the role of a woman in my life? What are my core beliefs about marriage and relationships? What are my core beliefs around abuse? What are my core beliefs about God? Because if there's a space in which personally I think God is completely misrepresented, is in the area of dysfunctional relationships, especially if it's a marriage situation. I am not afraid to say so. This is the space where God is depicted as narcissistic. That God is okay. It's okay as if you suffer, it's okay if you die in the marriage, is okay with it. But he will be very mad at you if you try to get out and say, this thing is killing me. So you need to be able to address, what are your core beliefs? What are the ones that are empowering me? Which ones are keeping me stuck? The moment you're able to do that, you have won that battle. You've won it. I always receive calls, people saying, oh, Ruth, I am feeling stuck. Now, when I listen to that person for 2-3 minutes, I start identifying what core beliefs of yours are keeping you stuck. What core beliefs are keeping you stuck? So until you address those, then you'll be stuck. You keep attracting the wrong people who believe in struggle love. Your core beliefs and your programming is around struggle love. Oh, love is supposed to be difficult. Relationships are difficult. Marriage, especially, is supposed to be extremely difficult. You're supposed to be working it and fighting it. And now, if that is your core belief, if that is your programming, you'll be stuck. You'll be wondering, how come other people are so happy? It's because you believe in struggle love. That's how you are programmed. You may not know it at first. You may not look at someone and go like, huh, I think I love struggle love. No. Core beliefs are deeply etched in your subconscious, like I have said. And until you are willing to go there, you may not even know what your core beliefs are. For some of us, our core beliefs are struggle love. That's where you are always trying to change people. You are crying year in, year out because person so-and-so is not changing. Person so-and-so is treating me so badly, regardless of how I treat them. Can't they see how nice and how good I am to them? Come on. Giving somebody more of a good thing does not make them appreciate it. I look at food. What is your favorite food? How much of that favorite food can you eat? The moment you are full and I bring you another plate of that food, does it make you appreciate that food, or will it force you to throw up? So some of us are here, we are struggling to offer better versions of ourselves into a relationship to someone who's already shown us that they don't appreciate us, they don't value us, they don't care one bit about us, but here we are struggling to please them, giving them more of the good thing. For those of us who are Christians, that is what we call giving your pearls to the pig. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, stop giving your pearls to the pig. But what is your core belief? If your core belief is that love is a struggle thing, then you keep giving your pearls to the pig. The pig continues to step and stumble and put in mud and roll in mud with your pearls, and then you cry here in, cry here out, and go like, you know what? How come they can't see? Core beliefs. So I want us to look at some of the dysfunctional programmings. I've called them traps. I have several of them that you need to be careful about. And I will talk about where they could have originated in childhood, or how your upbringing or how your difficult life experiences shaped them. One of them, and one of the things you should be very careful about, is the being chosen trap. Being chosen. Some of us grew up in spaces where we were not seen. As a child, I believe a lot of you attended our reparenting 3 days challenge that happened like a month ago. If you grow up in a home where you're not seen, you're not validated, you are treated like part of furniture. The only thing that your parents and your primary caregivers notice is that you are growing taller, you are changing classes. She was in class 3, now she's in class 4, so she's doing okay. You had to deal with so much difficult experiences as a child alone. There was nobody you could share to. There was no safety. You actually were just a part of everything else. You are not treated like anything special. And within every human being, there's the desire to be seen, to be heard, to be validated, to be treated specially. So if that is you, or you have abandonment issues, your mother left, your father left. I always talk about my story with my father leaving. My father left when I was like 2.5 years old, and he never came back. So there's abandonment wounds. So being chosen may feel like it is the best thing that someone has ever done to you, because finally you feel seen. That is the being chosen trap. So you are so desperate. You have been craving to be seen ever since you stepped out of your mother's womb, or even right in your mother's womb, you were just craving for attention and to be seen. So you are so desperate that you ignore red flags. You don't even know what love is, so you don't even know what red flags is. There are some people here who I'm sure they are in their 40s, and they heard about red flags the other day in their late 30s. So when you have not been fed on love, you haven't been fed love on a silver spoon, you tend to lick it off knives. Every time I read that statement, I cringe. Because I'm imagining somebody is causing you so much pain, but the little resemblance of love they give you, you are willing to lick it off a knife, like your tongue on a sharp knife. You will maintain a lot of injuries, you'll maintain a lot of, but because you are so desperate to be chosen, anybody that shows you attention, little attention like this becomes bae. You're like, oh, and this is a very subconscious thing. You may not even know it is happening, but somebody shows you a little attention, you're like, oh my God, finally somebody sees me, because you haven't been seen. And these are the things we need to heal. If you have abandonment trauma, the being chosen trap is likely going to be so real for you. And until you know what it is that is manifesting. If you're a woman and your father never gave you attention, because one of the roles of a fatherhood is very important, especially for girls. He affirms you. He's your first male figure. One of the ways in which we know that a woman is in love is because she glows. So let me tell you, male attention for a woman is very important. So if you're a woman that never got that, any man that now shows you attention, you feel like, whoo, finally my femininity has been affirmed, my womanhood has been affirmed. Who? Same for men. The moment a woman shows you attention, and you have been craving for it, you want to be told you're a king, you're a hero, you are a provider man, you lick it. Lick it. It's like desert or dry ground when it rains. It soaks that in. So anybody that shows you attention is bae. You don't even vet. You don't care whether this person is a demon, is the devil himself or herself. You just take it all in. That is the being chosen trap. Then we have the dopamine trap. The dopamine trap will mess you up, because sometimes you have the dopamine. The dopamine is the feel-good hormone. It makes you feel great. It makes you feel. So finally, somebody sees you. They are affirming you. They are telling you all the right things. Oh, the dopamine takes over. Your body takes over. You wake up in the morning and everything looks beautiful. The colors, the trees are blossoming out of nowhere. You are feeling great. It's chemistry. Now, this trap, there are people who rely on chemistry only to make relationship commitments, and they confuse chemistry for love. Chemistry is not love. No. Chemistry is critical when it comes to successful relationships. It is important because, again, you don't want to be with someone you can't even look at. So that attraction is critical. But please, don't make a relationship commitment based on chemistry alone, because chemistry is not love. What you are doing is that you're the kind of a person who heavily relies on others to make them feel good. You have not developed the capacity to make yourself feel good on your own. You are disconnected from self because of the many difficult life experiences that you had. You have somehow disconnected. Nobody saw you when you were growing up. Nobody affirmed you. So that dopamine production is very new to your body. So the moment you start feeling the dopamine, you start thinking, hey, I'm in love. Now, couple that with the social media, mainstream media, the love songs, and what are these programs called? The soaps and everything else. Then you are like, oh, I am in love. No, you are not. Your body is producing dopamine. You need to go further than dopamine. So people who fall into the dopamine trap, they attach too fast. They see someone, they think they like them, they are in love, They start saying, I love you. They start calling them they start, and before you know it, this relationship has moved super fast. And there's nothing wrong with feel good hormones. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm telling you, you need to go beyond the dopamine when you're making choices. Otherwise, this is where the narcissists catch you. And I'll talk about it a little bit later. This is where the narcissists catch you, because they really know how to whip up dopamine out of you. And before you know it, you can't even think, you can't sleep. The only thing you're thinking is, oh, where am I going to meet this person and when? Now, people who attach too fast or who use the dopamine to make decisions, they compromise on compatibility and suitability. You need to be compatible with someone to go together on a relationship journey. Like I have said, if somebody is going east and you're going west, then it's going to be trouble. Now, people who rely on dopamine, they are addicted to the feeling of being in love. It's not even really about the other person, who they are, what the essence of the partner is. No, they are not interested in looking at the partner, their essence, their character, no. But to just wake up in the morning and feel in love and feel like, oh, somebody has sent me a message in the morning and it feels that is a dopamine trap. And you need to be cautious, especially with people who are trying to whip dopamine out of you too fast. You need to be cautious about it. Then we have the loneliness trap. These are people who are very uncomfortable being alone. They fear the silence. They fear their own space. They fear being single. And if you have questions, please put them in the chat. I'll address them. They fear silence. They fear loneliness. They don't want to be single. They have this narrative that they have told themselves about singlehood. That, you know what, if you're single at a certain age, it means something is wrong with you. And because you can't stand to have something being wrong with you, so you're attached to anything and to anyone that comes your way. So you need to be careful about the loneliness trap, because the journey of singlehood can be difficult, especially if you are older. In your early 20s, you may not notice much. But as years progress, you start to think, hey, how come all my friends are? How come my best friend's children are now joining school? I haven't even found a person. I have not found a man. I have not found a woman. Oh, time is running. The narratives we tell ourselves about our situations. So that loneliness trap will make you attach to the wrong people, wrong partners, misaligned, abusive, toxic, all of them, because you are running away from loneliness. So the way to deal with this is stop running away from loneliness. Please make it a norm to sit with difficult emotions like loneliness and go like, yeah, this is very lonely. It's lonely. Yeah, being single is lonely. It is. But it's okay until you find the person that aligns with you. Because if you don't find the person that aligns with you and you rush it to be in a relationship, you'll be so lonely in the relationship. And it is worse. You better be alone out here. But if you, for example, you find yourself in an abusive relationship where you're even isolated, you can't talk to your friends, you can't go out with your friends, you can't go visit your mother the way you want, so you'll be lonely and no support. And that's why I say this is for truth seekers, because there are people who'd rather, the ones who say they would rather cry in a Benz than smile on a bike. No, I'm hoping those are not the ones who are, yeah, there's nothing wrong with being in a Benz and everything else. That's not all I say. But if you're a truth seeker, you know that quality is better than quantity. You'd better be among the few that are still out there looking, healing, trusting God for, the kind of partner that they want, other than the ones who fell into the loneliness trap and they attach themselves to anything. And when I say anything, is because there are some people you attach yourselves to, and then you come to realize this is not even a human being. This actually sounds like a creature that I'm with. Now, there's what I love to call the familiarity bias. Please put your questions in the chat. I'm about to start answering them if you have a question. Or if you've had, can you let me know which of those biases and which of those traps feels like what is a lot for you? So which of those? Put it for me in the chat. Then there's what we call the familiarity bias. Let me tell you, and this is where the subconscious plays a very critical role. We fall in love with what is familiar. We fall in love with what is familiar. And what is familiar is not necessarily what is safe, is not necessarily what is good for us. We fall in love with what we were introduced to. Every child has no capacity to imagine that their parent is not loving them right. So the love that they are shown there is what whatever they are shown is what they imagine that love is. So if you're made to feel unworthy, if you're made to feel unseen, unvalued, all those negative things, made to feel insignificant and small and tiny and now you start falling in love with people that make you feel that way. And this is not at a conscious level. People ask me, Ruth, I always said I will never marry a man that is like my father, but the man that I'm married to is a complete replica of my father. Now, I want you to know that relationships are mainly a reflection of the relationship dynamics with our primary caregivers. And I'll address mommy issues and daddy issues somewhere. The relationships, we fall in love with what we were introduced to. You don't know different. So whatever different may come, unless you've done the inner healing work and you have introduced safety into your space, you know what love feels like. You know what that love is not pain. You know that struggle love is not love. If you have not done the work, struggle love is what will be familiar. And you'll have everything and everyone else who are into struggle love telling you, oh, ndoa ni kuvumilia, men are like that, women are like that. Which men and women are like that? The one you have. So your relationships will be a reflection of the relationship dynamics you had with your primary caregivers. That is what we call the familiarity bias. We also attract who we are. I'm sure you have heard that statement and you go like, no, me, I'm not a bad person. So how come the person that I have in my house is bad? You attract who you are at an energetic level. There's what we call energy vibration levels, low vibrating energies and high vibrating energies. Low vibrating energies where your fear is where anger is where low self-worth is where all those negative things are. If you are in our webinar, the last one I said our trauma affects us in two different ways. There are some who become the aggressors, the others are to become the victims. The aggressors and the victims operate at the same low vibrating energy. Their low self-esteem manifests differently. Your low self-esteem manifests differently. So the kind of people that you're going to attract are the ones that manifest the same energy vibrations with you. People who affirm the core beliefs you hold about self. You may think, and I always say the best mirror to reflect to you whether you have high self-esteem or not, leave everything else you've been told alone, are the relationships you have and what you're willing to tolerate. I will tell you without fear of contradiction, if you are in struggle love, you're willing to tolerate anything and everything from the man or the woman in your life, you have an esteem problem. You have a self-worth issue. You do. Because people who hold themselves in high esteem, they know how to sense danger from afar. They know how to set boundaries. They value their peace. They value growth. They value progressive thinking, that they are not willing to tolerate anything that goes to the contrary. And anything that goes to the contrary really destabilizes them, and they're like, I can't do this. So if you're the kind of a person who is willing to be in turmoil, destabilized, year in, year out, and you're feeling stuck and you don't know what to do about it, check yourself worth. Because we attract the people that affirm our core beliefs. And this happens at a very subconscious level. Many people may not even know what is happening. So if the primary relationship with your caregivers felt and made you feel unsafe and seen, invalidated, unworthy of love, not important, you will get partners who affirm that. So that is the familiarity bias. And I want you to put it for me in the chat because I want to know what biases you have seen for yourself. Someone is saying dopamine trap, loneliness trap, and abandonment trap. Please address the inner issues that make dopamine too good for you to resist, But the moment somebody says, oh, you're such a beautiful guy, you can't resist that. Oh, I've been waiting for you. I have not met another one like you. You can't resist that. That you must fall. You must respond. No, you don't have to respond. And it is within your rights to say, okay, yeah, that's good. I see you, I hear you. But I also love to take my time to get to know you. Because if you just allow yourself to fall into the dopamine trap, it's a very feel-good thing. Wow, someone is saying I fall into the category of growing up without a dad, and I can say it affects me. Those things affect you. They do. If you had no father, that conversation was never addressed. You never had good male models in your life. Stuff is going to affect you. What should one do when they find themselves in a toxic relationship? The number one is to seek for help. Seek for help for yourself. Seek for help with the other partner. But you can't do the other partner's work. And I think that's where many people feel they're like, how can I help him? How can I help her? The only help you can offer them is to support them if they decide to seek for help themselves. But if they don't want to seek for help, and I think the most difficult thing many people have to grapple with is to believe, or the truth that you can love someone with the whole of your heart, your soul, your mind, your body, your finances, and everything, and then they feel nothing about you, or if they feel anything about you, it is resentment and hatred. That is normally a very difficult truth. But if you're in a toxic, abusive relationship, those are the kind of truths you need to embrace. Those are the kind of truths you need to look at and go like, hey, Enyewe, here, I made a mistake. We are misaligned. This person is not safe. This person is not healthy for me. Those are the things you need to. I always crave for attention because I have never enjoyed attention from anyone. You need to start giving yourself attention. This is inner child healing work. You need to start seeing the little girl within you. Affirm her. And the healing journey, as I always say, is long. For those of us who are not Kenyans, pardon me because I use Swahili. Kwa kina healing ni mbali. Kwa kina healing inakuanga mbali wakati mwingine. And it's a journey that you need to put yourself into. Kwa kina healing kunakuanga mbali. Put yourself on that healing journey. You may just think, oh, it's attention. And then the moment you start healing the layers, you realize, oh my God, there is so much there that I need to address. So kwa kina healing ni mbali, start. How about recognizing the red flags from the beginning and unable to leave? Please assess your scarcity mentality. Because some people think, oh, this is the only person who has shown me love. Supposing I let them go and then I don't find somebody else attracted to me in the next 1 year, what did I do? Now there could be other traps that you are in. Loneliness trap, dopamine trap. So they have red flags, but then they also have a way of making you feel really good about yourself. So you ignore every other red flag and go like, oh, let me hold on to this. So you need to do like a comprehensive evaluation of yourself. What are these traps for you? So any healing work, so for those who are asking about the healing work questions, like I've said, kwa kina healing ni mbali, I recommend that you start your healing work with a therapist, an emotional wellness coach. I will talk later about our healing program. I would literally encourage you to join. I tell people I've been on this healing journey for quite some time, almost close to 10 years, 7, 8 years. And even to date, there are still things that I heal, and I have a lot of resources to do that. So kwa kina healing ni mbali. Some of us have wounds and trauma issues that are 40, 50 years old. You don't deal with that stuff in a day. So let's allow ourselves to make healing part and parcel of what we do on a day-to-day basis. So what is the danger of these traps? Why is this conversation so important? Why? One, the dangers of the traps, especially the dopamine trap. You become a very easy prey to love bombing. Some of us don't even know there's a thing called love bombing. Love bombing is where somebody deliberately decides to pump dopamine into your system. Say all the right things, do all the right things. As soon as possible, as much as possible. What they are trying to do, two scenarios. They are trying to make you commit very, very fast. Before you think, before you see the red flags, you're already in it. Your body is flooded with dopamine. You can't think, you can't see a way out. You have literally withdrawal symptoms. It's like somebody who is addicted on something. If you don't see or hear from this person, every fiber of your being craves for them. It's intermittent reinforcement. Every fiber of your being craves for them. This is how we get addicted to abusive partners. This is how we become easy prey. Narcissistic partners are very good in love bombing. Very good. So if the dopamine trap is a real thing for you, you need to be able to address it. Because you commit very fast, somebody feels extremely good, your body is flooded, you can't say no. So they want you to commit very fast. So they're either abusive, number one. Number two, and that's why I say this class is for truth seekers. They are either very shallow people. They have no depth to themselves. They are not emotionally intelligent at all. So they don't understand the process of getting to know someone. So what they want to do is to flood you with dopamine, sweep you off your feet very fast. And before you know it, you realize I am so misaligned with this person, we can barely hold a conversation. Love bombing. I have talked about the second one, being an easy prey to abusive partners. The other danger is that you get stuck. You get stuck in dysfunctional, misaligned, and abusive relationships. So you may know you need better, but your subconscious programming cannot allow you to think of better. The dopamine trap gives you serious withdrawal symptoms. You decide you are leaving a relationship, it's not good for you. Within a week, you are craving this person. You literally are sick. You're in bed. The traps. So unless you do your inner healing work and understand yourself, understand your abandonment trauma and abandonment wounds and how they show up, if you had an abusive parent, the dynamics of that abusive relationship, you had an absent mother, an absent father, the dynamics of that relationship and how it affected you and how you are showing up there, you are showing up today, until you understand those things, then you'll be trapped. You will know what you are in is not good. Okay? You will know that things, the way this thing is looking is not how it's supposed to be looking. But guess what? You will know what to do about it. Because these are subconscious programmings. It's like they are etched in your DNA. Now, these traps work because you have, like I've said, unaddressed trauma and core woundings. And if you've been in my sessions before, I have talked about core woundings and unaddressed trauma, adverse childhood experiences, the things you have gone through to get yourself to the space where you are. If you didn't process those issues, if you didn't address them, if you are the kind of person that keeps throwing things to the background, you're like, oh, I need to suppress that because I need to move on. I have work to do. I don't have the resources to address this. Is too painful. I don't have the resources to address it. I don't know what to do about it. So you keep throwing it. So those unaddressed issues becomes the issues. They becomes the traps. They make you very disconnected from self. And I always like to say you only relate to other people to the level in which you are connected to yourself. So if you are disconnected from self, you will have very disconnected relationships. People who thrive in disconnected relationships are not safe. They are toxic relationships. They are very unfulfilling relationships. They are misaligned relationships. So you need to do the inner work for yourself so that you understand what love feels like, because you have self-love. You're able to express self-love. You're able to give it to yourself. So if you don't address the traumas you have been through in life, the core woundings, things that happened to you as a child, things that happened to you in your family of origin, in your upbringing, at school, with your primary caregivers, if you don't address those things, then you'll be trapped for life. Now, unaddressed trauma affects your perception of self. Many of us who are in dysfunctional and toxic relationships, at the core, we don't believe we are worthy of love. You don't believe you're worthy of love. So you're normally very fast to try and grab the first thing that comes, because you're like, hey, yeah, ipatikanangi sana. Love nowadays is very scarce. It's very hard to get a good man. It's very hard to get a good woman. So the first one that comes, I'm grabbing. You don't believe you're worthy of it. There's a scarcity mentality in your mind. That perception is dysfunctional. It puts you in the world with a love deficit. You are walking around with a love deficit. And you're always looking to heal that love deficit. And instead of healing that love deficit by addressing your own issues, you become like a magnet for people that have love deficits also. They're also looking for people to project upon. They're looking for people to prey on. Then you find yourself in very dysfunctional relationships. You have a scarcity mentality, like I've said, towards love. You don't believe good men exist. You're feeding yourself with garbage that tells you, oh, nowadays good men are hard to come. Women have become bad. Women have not become bad. So you need to be able to address those things. Because that scarcity mentality is what makes you settle for less than you deserve. Unfortunately, there are people who know on their wedding day that what I am doing is suicidal. I don't even know the person I'm marrying, but they do it anyway. Scarcity mentality. They know the relationship they are in is not good. Scarcity mentality, fear of loneliness, fear of judgment, fear of society. Oh, I have invested a lot of I've been going out with this person for the last 5 years. They are not marrying me. Every time we discuss marriage, but I have invested so much. What are you doing to yourself? What exactly are you doing to self? Scarcity mentality. You need to be able to address that. I'll pick one more question as I go to the solution. One more question. Anxious avoidance attachment styles. A month ago, we did a video on attachment styles. I hope if you are here, I'm sure you have seen it. If not, you can reach out to me, then I will send you that video because I may not be able to address attachment issues right here. I have always felt I need to be loved and I've never been loved, and has made me fall into all these traps. I feel like it's me being addressed. Oh my God. Yes, I'm happy I'm addressing you because I'm telling you the solution is to heal your core woundings. Is to look at yourself in the mirror and go like, why are these traps so real for me? Why am I falling into these traps all the time? What are the issues that I need to address? And go ahead and address them. I'm 30 years. I've never dated anyone due to lots of trauma. I grew up so rejected in an abusive home. I have never had good male models in my life. I have daddy issues, though my dad has been present. You need to address those issues. You need to address them. An absent parent, father or mother, is damaging to the children. A present, physically present, abusive, emotionally absent parent, father, mother, is also equally damaging. So when you're looking at your daddy and mommy issues, don't just look at absence. Look at the quality of the presence. Was their presence quality? If their presence was not quality, then you need to address that. If their presence was, especially if their presence was abusive, you will have serious issues that you need to dig up into. So the solution is one, and I simplify it as much as I can, though I know it may not be such a simple process. It's a simple that requires work. Sometimes it can come with a lot of pain, difficult emotions, and stuff. It's addressing your core wounds in a way that brings power back to where it belongs. Bring power back to where it belongs because power belongs to you. Any experience, any difficult life trauma took away your power. Power belongs to you. The moment you are connected to self, you are able to stand in your power, standing in your power, in all your goodness. The moment you're able to do that, now these traps, you won't fall into them. Get on a journey of going back to yourself. Get to the core of your being. Because healthy relationships are between two people who are aware of their dysfunctional core beliefs. Because we don't have perfect beings. Even the people that are healthy, and health is also on a spectrum. But I prefer people who are on a healing journey, people who are aware of what their dysfunctional core beliefs are and how they manifest. I'm one of those people that I know one of my, not even one, my greatest core wounding is abandonment issues. Now, before I started doing my healing work, I had no idea how it happened, but I would literally get panicky and frightened if somebody left. I would literally go running after them. Now, today I know, no, that's abandonment trauma. It's less, it doesn't manifest as much as it used to. So healthy people are aware of what their dysfunctional core beliefs are and how they manifest. And they are on a journey to healing and reconnecting back to themselves. That's how you attract or you make choices that are good and are healthy for you. Because, for example, if you're an anxious person, that is your attachment style, you need somebody that is grounded. So if you choose a partner that is not grounded, a partner that triggers those parts of you a lot, that relationship is going to cause you more pain than good. So you need to be aware of who you are. What are the issues that you have carried through life? Are you addressing them? Are you on a healing journey? Are you addressing your daddy issues and your mommy issues? One of the activities that I would want you to do, I would want you to go and literally sit to yourself and ask yourself, what are my core beliefs about men? If you're a woman here, what are my core beliefs about men? Men are bad, they are dangerous, they are dogs, they are ngenge. Put it down for yourself. If you're a man, what are the core beliefs about women? What do I believe women are? They are gold diggers, they are opportunists, they are unstable, they are chaotic, they are nagging. Those are the women you attract. Those ones. Because those are the core beliefs you carry. Whether it's out of experience with your mother, if you have difficult experiences with your mother, maternal, and anything that represents feminine energy, whether it was the nanny that worked for you at home, it's your grandmother, it's your mother, it's a Sunday school teacher, it's your lower primary school teacher. If you had negative experiences with them, and those things were not addressed, there is a way they made you feel about yourself and about women. You are going to attract women that have similar energy and similar experiences to that. Same with women. If the experiences you had with the paternal and anything that represents masculine energy that is negative, that left you scared, instead of them protecting and leading and providing, they abused you in one way or another. You need to be able to see that, because the kind of men you attract are those ones. And then you can imagine, those are the core beliefs you walk into the world. When I did my daddy issues healing, I was shocked. But then I literally pitied myself when I saw the core beliefs I held about men. And I was like, oh my God. And Ruth, how on earth did you expect you'd attract healthy men? You can't. Because the core beliefs you carry about men were bad. They were toxic. So I want you to get on a reconnecting journey, a journey back to the person that God created you to be. Because as we are reconnecting back to who God created us to be. Because God created us to be worthy beings. And that's how he views us. God created you to be what he created you for good things. So put a yes in the comments if you want me to help you in your reconnecting journey. Because my greatest drive in life is to see people live. Actually, if everybody who comes through my hands can have a healthy relationship first with themselves, then they get a partner that empowers them. That way, I would be so fulfilled. Because I know the moment your relationships are working, my darling, the moment your relationships are working, you will be much happier. The moment you're connected to self and you're able to stand in your power, there is nothing you cannot do. Nothing. Your purpose, you'll be able to step in purpose. You'll be able to show up the way you're supposed to show up. So put the yes in the comments. I can see the yeses coming. I have a program called the Queen's Inner Circle. I know some of you have heard about it. If it's your first time, this could be the first time you're hearing about it. I will not get tired of repeating it to you because I know it's a game changer. It's a 12 weeks program. It helps you address your trauma and your woundedness from the roots. It's an online program. We meet once a week. We meet on Wednesday for one class. We meet on Saturday for another class. So you choose the class you want to attend. This is what we do. Week one, we do an introduction. I tell you what I expect of you. I hear what you're expecting of me. Then we set on it's like we contract to move together. Second week, we start doing the difficult work. We do a mapping of your advanced childhood experiences and the traumas that have kept you chained. You will be surprised at the things you discover there. That is where we start. Then the third week, I want to show you are those experiences, the adverse childhood experiences, how are they affecting your life, your interactions with your family, your interactions with the social environment? How are you showing up today? How are they affecting your relationships, your work, your business, your interaction with money even? Some of us have serious money wounding issues. Then week 4, we look at mother wounding, and this one is new. I put it here. People who took this program earlier may not have done this. We're doing mother wounding. How did the interactions with your mother and the maternal figures, the dysfunctional beliefs, how are they affecting how you show up? And this class is taught by a lady called Carol. Carol is the one who taught us attachment styles when we were doing the Rapid Healing Challenge. Carol teaches this class. What is the role of the mother? What could have happened to you out of the interactions with your father? Now, and then week 5, we come to my favorite class, father wounding. Father wounding is a big deal for me because it affected literally almost every aspect of my life. Because I grew up without a father. Nobody talked about it. Nobody told me nothing about it. So my interactions with the paternal and the masculine energy have been wanting. So I want us to see how does that affect the romantic relationships, especially, among other things. Then week 6, we are going to look at how to deal with emotional pain. Emotional pain is one of those things that people fear the most. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but you can feel it, you can experience it. It's difficult to heal. So we are going to look at how you do that. So we'll use a unique process to soothe and slowly heal your emotional pain. I want the past to stop being a barrier to your present life. I want you to be able to live in peace. If I could see you living authentically in peace. My greatest joy is to see, because this is a women's program, women who come into my program downtrodden, ashamed, with a posture of shame and defeat. The moment I see them start to smile and to thrive and to glow, it gives me so much joy because I want you to stop living in the past. The future is beautiful. There's no limit to what you can do with yourself. Then week 7 and 8, we are going to do healing practices 1 and healing practices 2. Now I'm going to introduce you to tools that you can use on a day-to-day basis to heal yourself and to create a safe space within yourself. Create a safe internal environment for you to thrive. Because the reason as to why we are dysfunctional, we are in chaotic relationships is because we have so much chaos within us and it's attracting a lot of chaos. The familiarity bias comes in because you don't know what peace feels like. You don't know what calm feels like. You don't know what love feels like. You don't know what it feels to really fall in love with yourself. I want you to be able to fall in love with yourself first before you step out there and try to love other people. So these are the tools that I give you because I want you to be able to do that. Then we do anger and forgiveness. Some of us have gone through very difficult life experiences. And it's hard to forgive people you are angry at. Let's be honest. But some of us, because of our programming, the societal programming, the religious programming, we are always in a hurry to forgive because we want to fit in, we want to look good. So you bypass everything else to rush to forgiveness. It doesn't work. So I want us to be able to work with your anger. Release that anger that has blocked your path to peace, joy, and freedom so that you can forgive and live a free person. Boundary setting is what we do on week 10 and healthy detachment. Some of us have people in our lives that are completely unsafe. They are unsafe, they are unhealthy. You have tried to go no contact, you minimal contact. So how do you do that? How do you deal with such people so that they stop taking advantage of you? How do you stand up for yourself and demand for what you know is good for you? So I want you to know how to set boundaries. Some of us are not able to set boundaries because of the guilt conscience. You set a boundary, you feel so guilty, you keep going back to them, like, oh, I didn't mean that. You're trying to explain yourself. Oh, no, this is what. No. I want you to be able to set well-thought boundaries that are going to protect you. Week 11, silence the inner critic. Some of us have this inner critic that is much more awake than any other part of us. much more awake. So how do we silence the inner critic? Because the inner critic will stand in the way of you progressing, making good judgment, making decisions, stepping up in courage. They will always pull you down, making you feel like you're not worthy. You can't do that. They whip up your fear. They whip up your judgment, analysis, paralysis, imposter syndrome. So I want us to be able to put that inner judge in a coffin and nail that coffin shut forever, so that you can wake up every morning, look at yourself in the mirror and go like, oh yes, today is my day and I am doing this. So that is what the inner silencing the inner critic is all about. Then week 12, we'll debrief. It will be a beautiful 12 weeks journey. Here you hear beautiful stories. I give you insights onto areas that require further healing or what you need to do next. And then we shut the 12 weeks. Now, this program will help you integrate parts of you that you have isolated. Those who have been here have told you you are a whole universe within yourself. And unless things are working in synchronicity, then you have a lot of hitches. So those parts you have isolated, I want us to be able to bring them home. Because there is no experience of yours that is not an asset. All your experiences are assets if we are able to address them and to process them. So our next cohort starts on 7th May. It's like 3 weeks from today, the 3rd week from today. And to join this program, you need to make an investment for yourself. 35,000. It can't be compared to the transformation that you will get after the 12 weeks. And for those who want to take advantage of the early bird offer, we have an early bird offer that expires in the next 11 days, 30,000 until the 30th of April. So if you want to join, take advantage of the early bird offer, please do so. And I already have women that have paid for this program, so don't wait too long before the class gets full. If you want to make a payment plan, let's talk. Now, if you're not convinced and you want to hear those from those who have gone through the program, I have beautiful testimonies of this program, but I chose 2 for the purpose of today. This is a girl called Sylvia. Sylvia says she had the privilege of joining the Soul Clinic sessions, and I can confidently say that Ruth is an exceptional therapist and coach. Her profound insights and compassionate approach have been instrumental in my journey towards healing my inner child. Ruth's ability to create a safe and nurturing environment allowed me to explore deep-seated emotions and past traumas with ease. Ruth's coaching skills are truly exceptional. They are outstanding. She has a unique talent for guiding participants through complex emotional landscapes with clarity and empathy. Her structured yet flexible coaching methods provided me with practical tools and strategies that were tailored to my specific needs. Ruth's encouragement and support helped me set achievable goals and stay motivated throughout my healing journey. Her sense of humor made the session all more lively. I really loved it. Her expertise in inner child work is remarkable. Ruth guided me through various techniques and exercises that not only helped me understand my past, but also empowered me to embrace my present and future with a renewed sense of self-worth and confidence. Her practical and genuine care made every session feel like a step closer to wholeness. Ruth's dedication to her clients' well-being is evident in every interaction. She listens attentively, offers thoughtful feedback, and provides practical tools that have made a lasting impact on my life. I am incredibly grateful for her support and highly recommend Ruth to anyone seeking profound healing, personal growth, and exceptional coaching. Thank you so much, Coach Ruth. May God continue to bless the work of your hands and keep soaring you to new heights of endless blessings. You are renewed Queen Sylvia, and I receive Sylvia's blessings because I know what I do is a gift. God has gifted me with this. Then the second one and the final one, I'll read this. It's from a lady called Michelina. She took this course from the Caribbean, and she calls it a journey of healing and self-discovery. For years, I have navigated feeling confused and hopeless. And this is a girl who has serious childhood issues. She navigated life feeling confused and hopeless, trapped in patterns I couldn't understand, despite years of traditional therapy. The Soul Clinic changed everything by helping me understand the root of my struggles, childhood trauma, and adverse childhood experiences that had gone unrecognized for so long. What sets the Soul Clinic apart is their compassionate approach to healing. They didn't just offer surface level treatment, they provided deep, meaningful insights into why I was experiencing certain behavioral patterns. For the first time, my experiences were validated, and I was given tools to understand myself truly. The past 12 weeks have been transformative. While the healing work is painful and challenging, I have discovered a sense of worthiness I never knew existed. The clinics taught me that healing is less about eliminating fear and more about learning to move through it with self-compassion. To anyone struggling with unresolved childhood trauma, I cannot recommend the Soul Clinic highly enough. They offer more than therapy. They offer understanding, hope, and a path to genuine healing. Grateful beyond words, Michelina Charles Hazel. This was her experience. And I get so excited when I see 12 weeks of transformation. And remember what I've told you, healing inakuanga bali kidogo wakati mwingine. So I encourage people, if you have gone through difficult life experiences, please join this program. Within the 12 weeks, this could be your testimony. This could be the story that I'm reading other women. I am encouraging other women through your story. And those who come through the program, I have realized many of the women that come through this program have been in abusive relationships. They are suffering. They're in toxic relationships. They're struggling. So I give bonuses. There's a program I've done on dealing with narcissism. It becomes as a bonus. How do you master communication with narcissists? How do you know whether your partner is narcissistic? How do you cooperate with a narcissistic partner, especially if you have children? How do you preserve your sanity through all the gaslighting and blame shifting? How do you gain closure with someone who is not willing to give you closure? I also give you as a bonus another course that's called the hidden abuse. If you are in a relationship and you don't know exactly what is happening, you have tried therapy, you have tried communication, you have tried doing this, you have tried to be less, you have tried to be more, you have tried whatever. It's possible that your relationship is abusive. So this course shows you what abuse is all about. What are the things that are keeping you stuck? Why were you targeted for abuse in the past? Because people that are targeted for abuse have certain qualities. And I say this not to discourage you, not to judge you, but as somebody who has gone through it, I know the qualities that make you easy prey. I have put them here in this course, and it's going to be a bonus for you. Then I have a healing bundle. These are workbooks. Workbooks for anxiety. I have a workbook that helps you deal with anxiety and depression, how to set boundaries. I have a workbook for helping you understand what is gaslighting. I have a workbook for grounding you if you're dealing with anxiety. And I have a 30-day self-worth booster journal. This is a journal that you use to boost your self-worth for 30 days, and you can keep recycling it and repeating it. So if you join the program, those are bonuses you get. So that is the summary of the 12 weeks that I have talked about. And these classes take 10 women. So because I want a small circle, because I want to be able to address everybody, I want to be able to see everybody in the class setup. So once the 10 slots are taken, you cannot join. So if you want to join the program, want to take advantage of the early bird offer, those are the payment details. That's the pay bill number. I'll leave it there for a few seconds for those who want to take it up. Please don't be left out. If this is something, if you have heard me talking about this journey, please, because I've talked about it, year in, year out, cohort in, cohort out, and you're always like, oh, I'll do it next time. I'll take advantage. Please take this journey. Let's stop postponing our healing. Now, I have made this journey better because there are people who come. There are people who come into this journey and they're like, Coach Ruth, I have issues that I want to talk with you and I don't want to address it in the group setup. So I have put a higher package for those who want to go through the 12 weeks group coaching program plus 5 physical sessions if you want to come and discuss, because there'll be a lot of homework to do. If you want to come and discuss your homework with me, your worksheets with me, so I have created a package that allows you to take advantage of that. So you'll get 5 virtual sessions, 5 physical sessions or 6 virtual sessions, depending on what you want. So that higher package is going to cost you 50,000. So if you want to take that, please pay for it. If you want a payment plan, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's see how we can create a payment plan for you. I want to see as many women as on this journey as possible. I'm seeing a lady here who took the last cohort. Her name is Jambi. She's saying the healing journey is on. I was in the last 12 weeks program and I have practical tools to use beyond the 12 weeks. Thank you, Lois, for showing up here and telling the ladies exactly what I'm telling them. So if you want to join the program, that is Lois. She's here. She's given you her testimony. So you will have tools to use for life, for your healing journey. And a lot of people have information here. I'm sure you have gone to YouTube, you have checked advanced childhood experiences, you have seen abuse, narcissistic abuse, but what you lack are the practical tools. How do you move the information from your head to your heart? In your heart is where those emotions are lying, is where the heart is where the pain is. So how do you move it from your head to the heart? This is exactly what we do in the 12 weeks program. So if you want to be able to practically use the information you have, join this program. If you want to take the 12 weeks only, you can take advantage of the early bird offer by 30th of April. After that, it goes to 35,000. If you want the 12 weeks group coaching plus physical sessions, it's 50,000. Please book your slot. We are starting on 7th of May, and I don't want you to be left behind. So do I have a question from anybody? Any question? As I sip some water. Let me through. Someone is saying, I think sometimes I'm hard on myself, inner critic. Yes, you need to be able to silence that inner critic. And the beauty is when you do the healing work, you are able to even sometimes tell whose voice that is. Who is your greatest inner critic? You'll be surprised. It's one of your primary caregivers. They're the ones that are always sitting in your head and criticizing you. So I want you to be able to do that. I think I've got familiarity bias and dopamine trap. Please, you need to be able to address that. Let me see. Coach Ruth, much of my youthful years have been spent in very bad relationships. I'm now much older, but I'm eager to change. I would invite you to this class. Come. And I like to tell people, by the time does not heal. Time does not heal. Because time heals. Time may make the pain less intense, but you need to get deliberate about healing. You need to be able to go into those spaces and address the issues that lie there. So time doesn't heal. So if you have issues you think you need to process, please come. All right. So if you want a payment plan, talk to me because payment plans vary. Of course, there's a limit to the number of payments, whatever installments I can give you, but it's personalized depending on, your situation. Does missing a dad in your life lead to one being attracted to older men or rather mature men? It could be one of the manifestations for you. You could actually be looking for a father figure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for showing up tonight. I want to say thank you. I want you to know that I stand for you. Even for those who won't be able to come into the Queen's Inner Circle, I stand for you and with you. I root for your healing. I root for it. I look forward to the day we'll have a huge community of men and women who are healed and we are moving together. It's a whole community. It's a sisterhood. It's a brotherhood. So I really root for your healing. Please take advantage of where you are with what you have. Start there. Don't say, I don't have money to pay for therapy. I don't have money to do for what. If you have 1,500 Kenya shillings and you can buy yourself a book, go ahead and do that. Someone is saying, share my contacts. Please take it down. It's 0721. The one that you can talk me to, 0721 968810. 0721 968810. If you are in our WhatsApp groups, you will see my number there. You will see me posting either as the Soul Clinic or Ruth Waithera. Thank you, Sam, for typing that for me. Ruth Waithera or the Soul Clinic. So that is one of the numbers you can contact me through. Let's keep the healing journey alive. If you can't come for the Queen's Inner Circle, that is not a reason for you to keep stuck. Come for therapy. Get yourself a book. Take advantage of the free information out there. But don't allow yourself to continue getting stuck. You're doing yourself an injustice. So thank you so much. I wish you a blessed night. If it's night, wherever you are, if it is day, wherever you are, I wish you a blessed day. All the best. It was a pleasure. Please be on the lookout for our webinars. Well, we have committed ourselves to be doing monthly webinars. Let's keep showing up for those monthly webinars. Let's keep healing. Let's keep learning together. I love you all. God bless you and enjoy your Easter weekend. Have a good night.